The question is, how long of a shelf life do essential oil blends and spray blends? Once they're mixed in a carrier oil, I generally keep them around for about a year. In a water-based spray, they're not going to have as long of a shelf life because the water will degrade the essential oils. So use it up within 1 month to 3 months. You can keep it in your refrigerator, extend it a little bit longer, 1 to 3 months.
So you don't experience any rancidity from the carrier oil if it's, you know, regular room temperature in a few months? I know I've had, just by smell, I mean, I haven't chemically tested, but it smelled rancid.
Really?
You know? So I put them in the refrigerator now. Yeah, I do too.
You can, the question is rancidity with carrier oils. It does depend on the carrier oil. Some carrier oils have shorter shelf lives than others. The cold pressed, unrefined carrier oils generally have a shelf life of about a year. So if they're already old when you purchase them, they're going to have a shorter shelf life when you add the essential oils. However, essential oils do extend the shelf life a little bit. Yeah. You can also add vitamin E as a preservative, and for the oil-based. Yeah. So the vodka in the water one acts a little bit as a preservative as well, but it's still going to have a shorter shelf life.
How much vitamin E would you normally use?
Well, vitamin E is also an oil, so it's not going to affect, therapeutically, there's not going to be any contraindications for too much or too little. You know, quarter to half, well, depending on the size, but with a 1 ounce bottle, maybe a quarter teaspoon.
Okay. And maybe skin grade or medicinal grade, maybe medicinal grade, you think?
Medicinal grade of?
Vitamin E, or which is the real sticky, sticky, or skin grade, which is the more diluted.
Right. What was that? Oh. Yes, the question is about vitamin E, grades of vitamin E. There are more medicinal and food grades. You also need to make sure that you're buying natural vitamin E and not synthetic vitamin E. So it should be the D-alpha tocopherols, mixed tocopherols are fine. If it says D-L alpha tocopherol, then it's synthetic. So the D-L you don't want. And the way I remember that is DL, I think of diesel, because that's what it's made from. Well, petroleum.
Works well.
Avoid the diesel, DL.
So you want the what kind now?
Any alpha tocopherols that are not DL alpha tocopherol.
Wheat germ oil.
Wheat germ oil, yeah. Well, the cold pressed unrefined oils do have vitamin E. They are high in vitamin E. So, okay, any other questions? About preservatives, and Sue asked if benzoin would help preserve the oil. There's actually a lot of confusion about preservatives for essential oil blends, so I thought we could address that right up front. For water, bacteria grows in water, so if you're creating any water-based products, which would be creams, lotions, aroma sprays that have water, bacteria will grow in that. So preservatives, essential oils are antibacterial and antifungal, so they can kill those and extend the shelf life. But for rancidity, which is what Chris asked about, vegetable oils go rancid. So you don't, it's not the issue of bacteria, it's the oil going off. So it's not a preservative that you need. It's, I mean, it preserves it, but in a different way than with the water. Some, the vitamin E can act as a preservative. They've also done studies on rosemary extract, ROE, rosemary oil extract, that can be added to the carrier oils as an antioxidant. So when they go rancid, basically it's, you need the antioxidant effects. It's not an antibacterial, antifungal effect to preserve the vegetable oil. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay.
Thank you.